Hi there. So, I am so excited to have a chance to make a video this evening. Wasn't thinking that was going to be possible, but here we go. So, I wanted to speak to how to display difficult things like, maybe egg-shaped things or spheres, beautiful crystals that don't have a natural stand, natural bottom to them, and with things that you might have around the house. So here we go. The first one I will talk about is this little sack of lavender. Now, I will admit I purchased this little sack of lavender, and that is how I displayed this challenging but gorgeous crystal. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's how it works, and that's how it stays. It does not fall. Many of us have a few of these little bags lying around, but and so if you do, you can look to a favorite bouquet that you've dried. Take some of the petals, take some petals from your garden, some pine needles from a recent Christmas tree, or just from a walk in the woods. Something that makes it really special. And I do actually think that's important, that it's not only functional, but it becomes yours. It is special to you. So whatever makes it special to you. So if you have one of these little baggies that you can fill with something special, these make really nice cushions for your oddly shaped crystals or spheres. So that is one thing to do. So I was looking through, and not everyone has little organza bags. If you don't, maybe check your garage or potting shed or whatever. These little terracotta dishes, you can do the same thing. Fill it with your herbs, or and look to your kitchen cabinet if there are favorite herbs that you have. Favorite teas, some of the herbal teas have such a beautiful scent, and as long as they mean something to you, but fill the dish with those things, and that would also make a nice cushion to hold an oddly shaped crystal or a sphere. And I wanted to give an example here. Now, these are actually salt cellars, and they belong to my mother, so it's something I actually did have around the house, and they're filled with very small shells, which oddly enough I had around the house. They were in something I purchased. I know that sounds really strange, but yeah, I bought something and it came with very tiny shells. But I thought that was really cool. So I filled the dish with these little shells, and this egg-shaped, difficult to display crystal is now upright. You can do the same thing with sand. For larger pieces, if you have, a larger bowl, you can, if you have marbles, or those things that one would put in a vase to hold the flowers in place. There's so many things that we have around. No need to necessarily buy. So also, with regard to spheres, you know, this is the largest one I currently have, and I actually think this is a little too big for this piece, but, you know, a tea light holder can be good. A shot glass, for a smaller piece, I had this, like, very plain band, and actually this sphere usually rests on there. So yeah, it can really just really do anything. I did a quick pass. I found a coil of satin ribbon. And you know what? That works too. I think so many things can work. And I'm going to say again that as long as it means something to you, and you know, the object itself doesn't have to mean something to you, but I think it is important with our crystals that we hold dear, the tools that we use, be they tarot, pendulums, whatever, you know, honor them by, in some regard, and I really believe that it's so important, and also with regard to spheres, I'm sorry, this is a little scattered, even something as simple as the cap to a bottle. This is the cap to a vinegar bottle, which actually I'm going to replace. Wasn't quite finished with it, but I mean, you can even use something like that, and that would be lovely. And I was thinking about empty things, like you could put, consider putting, like, it's not too big, but small coins with special dates, special years in there. If you have terracotta, look for your ancient box of food coloring, and consider decorating your terracotta with that. I'm going to say it's a technical advice. Not that I am the authority. I would actually soak this first, and then use a Q-tip or some sort of a cotton swab, and just dab it on, and it would probably be really pretty. I've never tried that, but I think that would be really pretty. And as far as decorating stuff, don't forget those bottles of nail polish that, you know, you're never going to wear that color. And even if you did and would like to do it again, it's thick, and no. But one can still use that, and it's a lovely glossy paint. So anyway, I'm going to, yeah, I'll leave it there. Actually, one creative card for you. One, Wisdom of the Oracle. So for creativity and, oops, regeneration. Yes, look to what you already have and make it new again. Give it life again. And actually, that was the theme. That was my idea about just breathing new life into what you already have, and honoring anew what you already possess. Anyway, peace to you. Much love.